Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, that's rocking.
A little bit closer, a little bit square boxed.
And we're fired up.
Yeah. So we're just we give it a few minutes and then we start our thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
talk amongst yourselves.
Sure. Well, while you're doing that, I'll just kind of go over here.
Yeah.
We're actually
Come back with pants on.
We used to
Have pants on? What?
I love the background, by the way.
Dude, that rocks. That door.
Yeah, the record's kind of going themed. It's going to be that whole landing on the beach and slaughtering.
That's cool. I love it.
Yeah, with good reason, right? You know, we're not taking any prisoners. It's
fuck prisoners.
Yeah.
I like the lights in the background, man. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, well, this is our rehearsal studio, so it's like rehearsal studio, recording studio. Like when we spent so much money going into recording studios, we just finally thought we'll just build our own so that we don't have to.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
I used to a long time ago. My buddy's band used to play out of my house.
Yeah.
So I just
made.
I went and got those. I went and got those foam bedrolls.
Yep.
And I put them up on the walls, and they just jammed out, man. It was great.
And probably in lights too after a few sessions.
Yeah.
I had a lot of neighbors complaining after the first 2 times they came over and played because I didn't have any soundproofing up, and they were. My neighbor from across the street comes over. He's like, "Hey, man, well, you got all these white boys coming over here doing this, knocking out and shit." And I was like, "What?" I said, "Dude, you're over there partying all the time. Don't give me that crap."
Yeah.
And he goes, "No, what I'm saying is you didn't invite me over to jam with them." I was like, "Come over, fool. You know, just knock on my door."
Yeah.
There's nothing says you can't do that.
No, he came over one time after I soundproofed it. He came over one time because it was one of those times they were supposed to be playing. He barely heard anything, and he thought they were playing light. And I was like, "No, come in." He comes in. I opened the door to that back room, and it just hit him in the face. And he was like, "Oh, okay." He saw like the egg crap on the walls and stuff. He just started.
I don't know. If you stop at 10 o'clock, most people. I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, if you find if you run at the 1 and 2 in the morning, people get a little chapped, right?
Also, we're out in the middle of the woods. Like we're way in the boonies. Like
oh yeah, no, we were in a neighborhood. See, we were in a neighborhood, so we had to stop at 10 until I put the soundproofing up. Then they didn't have to stop at 10 because neighbors didn't complain anymore. But whenever they were practicing out of their lead singer's granddad's garage.
Oh, geez.
Oh, Skinner. That sounds like Skinner.
The garage is wide open. They're just blasting the music out. People are driving by, jamming out to it and everything. And they had one song called Man of 100 Hammers. And the reason why they had that is because his granddad literally had hammers hanging up all around his garage. And one day, Jay's granddad was sitting. Jay was sitting there talking to his granddad, and he said, "You're like a man of 100 hammers."
Oh my God!
That's a great. You go. That's metal, man. That's metal.
Okay, this is pretty bad. When one of the people in TikTok land right now, Douglas is saying, "Yeah, he lives where men are men and goats are nervous."
Hey, Dougie. Doug's the guy that turned us on to you guys.
Yeah.
What's up?
Hell yeah.
And he's in Saskatchewan. I don't know what we're going to find goats in Saskatchewan, Doug.
Well, at least you can't. You don't go away.
Well, Saskatchewan, that's mostly moose, and the moose control the situation.
Wow.
Control it.
Wow. Oh my cheese.
I mean, come on. A moose could take out a Buick. Hello.
Oh, yeah, man. Those things are massive.
Yeah.
Do they apologize to the moose after?
That'd be scary.
No.
Sorry about it.
Sorry about that, bud. Sorry. Down here in Saskatchewan.
Jeff, what is going on, big dog?
Don't you know? Holy shit, Roxy.
Roxy, that rocks.
And now
I need to get one.
I'm the only one with. Well, mine stays right here.
Yeah. No, I got to work on mine.
No, I
Thanks.
just hung all this shit up. I'm not doing all that.
Oh, shoot. Hold on. Give me a second.
Rox, what's that all about?
Well,
After streaming setup, she must have hit a button.
I need to see down the tunnel here.
Whoa, whoa. Roxy, buttons are
There we
not
go.
toys.
There we go.
Hey,
I pressed the wrong button. Sorry.
you know, speaking of buttons,
Oh,
Uh-oh.
man.
we
Are
lost
we
him.
back? Hang on.
You're there.
Hit your camera. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 4HP Studios. This is our podcast. I am Bones. We have Mr. Pit Boss. We have Rowan. We have Roxalotl. And when they get the camera back on, we have a Meatwagon with us today. There they are. Gentlemen, how are you? Good to see you. Great to have you.
Hey, good. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh,
Well,
man.
now we're going to talk a little bit about some rock and roll, baby. So
All
if
right.
you guys are just now tuning in, make sure you do me a favor, like, share, comment, do all the things. And if you guys have questions for the band, please don't be afraid to ask. Ask away the entire time. We will get to your questions, and we will make sure that they either decide to answer them or don't. It's up to them.
We're an open
Or
book.
maybe can't. You never know.
You never
Hey,
know.
guys,
And that's
you
the thing.
never know.
No.
That's
Let
the
you
free-
know,
it's the
don't
freedom we
forget,
offer.
guys. Don't forget, guys, we have it all on all the major streaming platforms. So go ahead and check it out. If you can't find us here, you can find us over there, if you know what I mean.
Well, I can tell you what you mean. So if you can't find us on TikTok, you can find us on YouTube, you can find us on Twitch, you can find us on Kick. There's several places that you can find this podcast going right now. So please feel free to go to any one of those, comment, say hi, follow, all the good things. Most of it's under 4HP Studios. Some of it's under Mr. Pit Boss. Some of it's under the Rowan. Some of it's under Roxalotl. You just got to find it on each one of those platforms, and we will try to entertain you the best we can. Now, I didn't tell you guys this before it started, so we can either go for an hour or 2 hours. It's completely up to you guys.
Sure.
If after an hour you guys are ready to bounce out, bounce out. It's not that big of a deal. If you guys want to go the full 2 with us, great. We're going to be here the whole time, just hanging out and enjoying ourselves. So,
Yeah.
having said that, gentlemen, the first question is up. When did this all start?
Well, the Meatwagon thing, me and Lou have been working together for about 6 years, but the Meatwagon thing started probably just like over a year ago, hey? Maybe?
Probably just about a year.
Yeah, about a year ago, we had just finished making an album, which was very different than the Meatwagon stuff, and honestly, I'll tell you, I was doing an acoustic show at an outdoor festival. For me, this is early last summer, and I'm doing this show, and I see this dude walk through the crowd, and he comes back to the front of the stage, and he looks at me and he goes, "Hey man, come back to metal." And so I knew he knew who I was from before, obviously. So that's what the bug started like for the Meatwagon project. It was like we wanted to kind of get back to that 70s hard rock sound, and we wanted to kind of really kind of dig into that. I don't like to say too much about like why we did it, but we just felt it was time. We felt the industry was coming back, and we could actually do something inside of that.
I mean, that's fair. The industry has gotten a little bit more prominent over the years.
Yep.
Sure. 100%. There's a lot of up and coming bands. We interviewed a band not too long ago. And they sound like AC/DC.
Yep.
Now we're interviewing
Like
a
a bad
band.
band to sound like.
I mean,
Yeah.
like think of it. Remember a band called Dirty Looks?
Right.
Yeah.
Airborne. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna go into it, that first single that we did, we really intentionally wanted to kind of capture that Sabbath feel, kind of like introduce ourselves, like, this is what we're doing. Like, this is, if you dig this, you're going to dig the other stuff that's coming down the line.
Well, I mean, and there's a lot of bands that are now, and I'm not saying that anybody's copying anybody. I'm not saying any of that stuff. There are a lot of bands that have that good sound that was there before. The AC/DCs, the Ozzy Osbournes, the Black Sabbath. Like, you guys sound like, I was just playing your song not too long ago, and Dio Sabbath 100% to me. That was the intention. We really wanted to remind people, like, because I'm a massive Black Sabbath fan, and I always have been. I've been in a couple of Black Sabbath tributes actually in my life, and I thought, man, let's just remind people, man, like, that kind of music, and again, like we were saying earlier to you guys off air, like, that's all played live off the floor. There's no auto tune on that. There's no AI involved. That's 3 guys in a room pounding it out, and we recorded it and put it out.
He said it, not me. I was holding my tongue.
Why you? Damn it, man. So for anybody who doesn't know, I'm going to go ahead and introduce these 2 gentlemen right here, because you said there's 3 of you, so we're missing 1. But we have 2. Now we have the man that looks like the rock and roll Santa Claus himself.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. His name's Chris. You know,
is it Bobby's stepbrother or something? What the hell?
Hell no.
The beard is luxurious.
It looks like, you look like Santa's cooler brother.
So I was actually going to ask about the beard. How do you grow such a magnificent beard? All I can do is grow a mustache.
Oh my God.
I would say that I just one day I stopped shaving, and I just never shaved. I've always had a beard. Like, I've had a beard most of my life, but yeah, I just it saves on razors. It saves on
Right.
and I'm Norwegian, so I'm groomed and it's clean, and I put all the nice oils in it, so it works.
Oh yeah, no, yours is like way flowy. Mine's a stiff brick.
Right, let me shave real quick.
Nice.
Jeez Louise.
And then we also have a guitarist with us. Lou is here with us. Lou, good to meet you. Good to see you. Looks like you just you're rocking the Highway Patrol mustache.
Yeah, the cheap 70, about 77 porn, right?
Wow.
You know what? I'd love to say I could grow the thing like even more, but I slammed the door hard and I've shaved. So, I'm polar opposite of that, right?
Oh, it's time to go off the rails.
Oh my Lord. So, guys, whenever you guys actually have a question, just cut in, tune in, whatever.
Hey, like you said, the only thing I want to say is, again, I said it off air, is I can't thank you guys enough. Like, this is insanity. Like, I honestly didn't believe it when Chris Colling said, "Hey man, KRKR wants to run that track," and I'm like, "Fuck off, give me a break." Like, seriously, man. I don't want to run a track. I get it, because most of the time you just, you swing for the fences and you hope you get it out of the outfield, right? Or the infield, pardon me. And it just, I can't thank you guys enough. And to those listeners, holy shit, man, you guys gave us 80,000, 81,000 likes. I mean, thank you for taking that amount of time out of your day just to do that.
Yeah, considering like when we just start, like, this project is we're still in the studio recording the album. So we just released. We have a couple of tracks in the can. We sent them to you guys, but we just released it. We just want to get catch a vibe on whether or not we were kind of going in the right direction. And you guys really showed us, like, we're on the right path here. So the stuff coming down, like this next weekend, we're back in the studio recording, and we're just coming up with the craziest stuff, man. You guys are gonna think you guys will dig it.
Well,
one of the things we said is we are no longer bound by anything that we think the industry needs. We're just going to do what we do. we're not, we're just going to, and we have a great producer, a great engineer, Anthony Sharkey, who's totally taken the reins on this project. And we got so much stuff coming down the line. It's crazy.
You need a team. Every band needs a team.
Yeah.
You have to have people outside the band that are not the musicians or the players, and they have to believe in you and they have to help you, because it's a big hill. It's a very steep hill.
Well, and when it comes down to it, and not everybody will say this, that is an individual success.
Yeah.
It takes a team
Yeah.
to make it happen.
It-
I tried the individual success for the longest time, didn't work.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I've gone through quite a few people, but I have a team that makes it happen. These guys are absolutely amazing.
Sometimes you got to step out of the bubble.
I'm telling you, man,
because you're always in the bubble.
I stepped away out of that bubble.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
popped
no.
the bubble, Bones. You popped it. That's
That's
what
like
you
the
did.
dirty
You have
bubble
to.
from SpongeBob.
You have to, because anytime anytime that you start believing your own BS, you're in big trouble here. So we make sure we put it out. We want the honest reaction, because that lets us know whether or not we're on the right path. Because at the end of the day, we want to get great art out there into the world. Especially like in the last decade in the music industry, it's just been unbelievable. Like the stuff that people are putting out,
Well,
I can't,
it becomes unbelievable, but at the same time, now we're having to deal. And I hate saying this because I like to make AI music. I enjoy it. It's what I do. I have fun with it. But I make sure everybody knows there's no other talent than just putting in prompts or writing out the actual song.
Well, yeah.
I don't do shit else. So
I think that will be a passing fad. I think that's just cool right now. Like everybody's going, oh, I can write a song. Put 5 prompts in. I think that'll pass though.
But
It's like anything else. AI is a tool. Like when Auto-Tune first came out, when Cher did, that was the introduction of Auto-Tune. And really all these things, it's like back, like what you heard on that song Oblivion is me double tracking, right? I'm singing the line, then I'm singing it again. Well, John Lennon was the guy that, it wasn't John, but it was his producer and engineers, Jeff Emmerich, I think, came up with, because John was very self-conscious about his voice. So they ended up doing this double tracking, right? So, I mean, AI is already being used as a tool, especially in Nashville right now, to write, because it's quick, it's efficient. If it's for commercial uses, it takes a lot out of the middleman. Like I was watching, I think it was one of these award shows, and every time it would come up for Songwriter of the Year, there'd be like 10 people for one song, writing one song, and I was like, okay, I don't know what that is though, because when I'm listening to a band, or like especially stuff coming out of the 70s, it was the guys in the room that wrote it. It was the guys, and so you knew what you were getting, and that's what created fan loyalty to bands, because they would go, I like what these 4, 5, 6 guys are doing. 3 in our case, we like what they're doing. We want to stand behind them because we want them to do more of it. And especially in the country music industry, it's just degenerated to the point now where it's done. I don't think it works anymore.
And we like to say everything goes in the things. Things are like a roller coaster. Okay?
Yeah.
You had the bands back in the day, and you had the individuals. So let's go farther back. You had the individuals writing their own music, and that led to the bands writing their own music and everything like that. And then all of a sudden, you get to the top of that point. Now everybody else was writing their music for them.
Yes. Well, I mean, because there's that old saying: you have your whole life to write your first album. You got 6 weeks to write your second. And this has always, like look at Van Halen's first album, right? Just a masterpiece. The second album was mostly covers and things that were held back from the first album. Third album is, and then they refocused, again, back then, these guys toured almost 365 days out of the year. Where do you find time to write when you're constantly on the road, right? But, as all things are, like the age we're in now is amazing in the industry. Like, more people have access to recording than any other time in recorded history, like as far as the history of recording goes. So there's I think Spotify gets 80,000 song submits a day.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
that's a lot.
with the introduction of AI, and it has gotten to the point where now it's music's getting flooded pretty hard.
Sure.
And the good thing about it, is the faster and harder they flood it, the quicker originality will return.
Yeah.
Well, that's and that's just what we saw happening in the country music thing, with the bro country and all that. Like you can't tell the difference between, I literally, unless I slap, something by Sturgill Simpson or somebody like that, who actually, who now is called Johnny Blue Skies. I don't know what that is, but a lot of it is what it's always been. It's commercial fodder, right? All you're doing is selling what they used to say is soap or sugar or whatever it is.
Right.
And I think people are, especially young people, are starting to go back and dig through their parents' records or CDs, and going, wait, what's this? There's actually, there's something going on here that's not, it's 30 seconds and then you're on to the next thing, right?
Right.
And that's going on still, that's going on.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing. I mean, with kids today looking at the music that we listened to back in the 70s, I mean, I got Iron Butterfly on 8-track. Okay.
Sure.
Iron Butterfly on 8-track.
Like, most people don't even know what that is, the younger generation.
I don't know what that is.
Means you have to throw it in the car or your Dodge or whatever and just stuff it in there and it starts playing immediately.
Well, yeah, it's just a whole thing, man. It's going to get flooded for a while. It's going to suck, and
but I think also like you did say though, especially if people can create AI songs, when you do that, you're probably almost trying to recreate stuff from the stuff that you loved growing up, right? And it's just and so that's awesome, because that's what we're doing. Only we're grinding it out, but we want to also have that kind of people to have that kind of experience. You know what I mean? Like this is what, the three of us, Vic is our drummer, Victor. This is what guys that are seasoned musicians who've been playing for a long time. I had a solo project, and last year on my solo project, I just released my 7th album before we put Meatwagon together. And Louis played on 2 of those albums. So, and in a completely kind of different kind of genre, but not that different. But, now here we are, right? And I'm kind of excited about where music's going right now. I'm more excited about it now than I have been in a long time.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, like for me, I do the AI music too. I kind of introduced them to the website. And for me, I use it to be making just small songs for my stream, because I would rather have musicians do it, but I don't think it'd be a waste of time to pay someone to make me something that's only going to be 2 seconds, and then
of course.
And then it's a lot of fun for me.
It's of course, put it this way, for every time I release a single or we release a single, you have to have a cover, a single cover for it, right? Like art cover. Now, I used to pay, before AI came along, I used to pay $300 to just get somebody to give me some kind of art for that. But now I can go into AI and in 10 seconds, I'm there, boom, It's done. I've saved $300. I can put that money into the studio, or I can put it into marketing or into merchandise. It's coming. AI's coming, man. You either get on board with it or you become a dinosaur.
Right, and that's the thing. It's gonna put some industries kind of I wouldn't say out of work, but I would say more rare.
Well,
So,
it's like
the design
when
industry
Ford,
will be rare.
when Ford introduced the petrol engine, 10 years later, nobody was riding horse and carriage into town.
Yeah.
Everybody had a Ford truck. Industry as it evolves, and now we're into the tech industry. Yeah, but the bottom line on it is there will always be, just like there's still people that ride horses, there'll always be the desire for people to have live music made from live people.
Yeah, because if I were to do some art stuff for merchandise and stuff like that, I would hire artists to do it because AI doesn't always get it right. For example, this picture in the background, those little floating things are supposed to be axolotls. They look like a mixture of cats and dragons, to be honest. So I'd rather hire someone, but for something quick, for a background for this, it's fine. Yeah.
Like for marketing, I pay somebody who's an expert in marketing to market, the product, because, they're going to make, they already know how to do all that stuff, and I don't have to worry about it. Now, will there come a time when AI completely runs that? Probably. It's just the way, it's the way of the world.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I just got a question here. Here comes the question really quickly, guys. Oh man, this is crazy. All right, Van Halen.
Yes.
Here we go. David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar?
Well, you know what? I'll say this. Roth. And I'll say the same thing about Black Sabbath, when Ozzy got canned and they brought in Dio. Now Mob Rules and Heaven and Hell are brutally fantastic albums. I love them, but it's not Black Sabbath. Now AC/DC with Brian Johnson. Well, Bon Scott died. They didn't have a choice. They had this huge brand and this huge band on the cusp of being the biggest thing in the world. So I get that, but same thing with Van Halen. I'm always going to be a Roth guy because that's how I discovered them. And I find the Hagar stuff is incredible. It's high level songwriting and performance. I mean, Sammy Hagar is an amazing vocalist. If anybody that's never heard when he was in Montrose, go check that out. That kid was 19 or 20 and he was just killing it.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, either or, really, it's all good. There's no bad there. It's all good.
So you guys have got an album before the one you're working on now?
Yeah. Last year we put out an album under my name because I had been doing a solo thing for about a decade or so, and and we put that out, and it was it was kind of almost a southern rock type album, and and then we put it out, and me and Lou looked at each other and we went, we're not really happy with the lineup we have, and we're not really happy with the direction that we're going. We'd like to cut the fat, bring it down to just three guys in a room making music like we did when we were teenagers and we were in our 20s, right? And that's what we did. And immediately, when the three of us and Vic the drummer got into the room together, the chemistry was immediate. It was almost like we'd been playing together, even though him and the drummer have been playing together for about how long?
I'd say 8 years.
8 years, and they have a couple of albums out too, right? So, yeah, so which was much heavier stuff than what me and Lou were doing. So we just kind of combined the two things and went, let's see what happens when we mix it all together. And
you are who you are.
Yeah,
simple as that. I've been a rock guitar player since the day I was born. I don't want to be a TV host. I don't want to be a mechanic. That's the way I'm going down. I want that on my headstone. I love big riffs. I love guitars, loud amps. Fuck the rest. It's all just it's all monkey piss after that. That's what we live for, and that's what we do.
Yes.
You know, it's like fuck everything else. Like I'm that guy that I've played so many times to very lean crowds to no one. It doesn't matter. I'll still do it again. I love it. That's what I do.
Well,
if people love it, they love it. If they fucking say, "Look, man, you suck," well, I'm still gonna play tomorrow, or I'm gonna hopefully play tonight. Smoke a little weed and fucking plug in.
right.
Right? That's it. I don't, the rest of it is all fucking. It's all beautiful. I love all you guys, but fact of the matter is I want to play guitar. That's it. And that's
And also, I'll just say
this freely. He's the problem. He was the problem.
Also, one of the things too is this is probably one of the the best guitar players on the West Coast, right? Like, and I've had him kind of playing for me for the last 6 years, and I've had him kind of handcuffed. Like I've said to him, hey, we're doing a certain thing here. We got to perform in a certain way, and he did it diligently. But I could see, that this guy had so much more to offer. So I thought, let's do something completely different than what we're doing and take the gloves off and just come out swinging, like really just lay it out there, man. And
no fucks given.
Yeah, 0 fucks given.
What's the worst that can happen?
Yep.
Hey, man, you guys talk, or you guys are amazing.
Well, that's the thing. Whenever I was in the wrestling industry, we have a lot of indie wrestling stuff out here, and when I was in the wrestling industry, the saying was you perform the same whether it's in front of 1 or 5,000.
Yeah,
of course,
it doesn't matter.
But you also can't fake that, because eventually it will show through. Like,
100%.
you're really there just for likes. People, especially the audience you got, the honest people that they don't want to see you up there for likes. They don't give a fuck about likes.
No.
But it's cool. You get one night. I mean, they want to see some honesty, some, just some truth, even if it's not perfect. They don't give a shit. What's perfect?
We provide what we provide as a quote unquote, as the McDonald's CEO put it, as a product.
Yep.
We try to just be organic as possible. We don't try to do all the gimmicks and all the bullshit and everything like that. I got buttons. I got stupid shit here that I can push all the time. I've got stuff like, the most common.
Shut up, Meg.
My friend Doug, who kind of hooked us up with you guys, like he has you guys cranked every day at work in his warehouse.
Well, hell yeah.
And there's a reason. It's because you're playing the music that he wants to listen to, and a lot of people want to listen to. Yeah, apparently.
Well, and Bobby does an amazing job.
Yeah,
he does an absolutely amazing job.
Old school DJ, yeah,
very much.
Yeah, so. Man. If he doesn't like your shit, this is over.
Right.
This doesn't do a point. I mean, you don't get a chance to go on the fucking in the gladiator pit if your shit didn't pass a few little checkpoints on the way, right? Because you're not going to subject your listeners to shit.
And that's true. And Bobby's put a ton of work, and we're graced enough to be part of Rockstar Relations to be the podcast side of it. And he does an absolutely amazing job. I know that me and Pit Boss were doing our own little side radio deals for a while. We were having fun with those. And Bobby was too. Bobby found a way to make it bigger, badder, and better. And he did a great job with it. Me and him just started doing the podcast thing, and we enjoyed ourselves. We had a couple other people with us. Didn't work out with those two. Me and him stayed doing it, and we grabbed these two along the way, and it's been absolutely fabulous since.
There you go. So, it's the chemistry, right? If the people working together, are all like-minded and have a natural affinity towards each other. The people that are listening now become interested. They want to be part of that conversation too, right?
We're not going to be always liking the same things either.
Yep.
There's going to be.
Oh no, Disney man, tell them about your sad songs.
Oh, Jesus, don't even start with Christ. Me. I'll pull heartstrings.
No, not today.
I love Disney.
Jesus, that man.
But, a lot
we
of
were
us
talking about AI music. It's like he went over and decided to grab Mickey Mouse by the dong and say, "Teach me," and he loves to make people cry.
Gosh, what are you talking about?
And you grabbed me
no,
up and you went,
Whoa! So
Yeah.
with music today, and what I've been seeing is a lot of stuff is on a high step at this point in time, especially since let's look at the facts here. When metal came out at the time when it did,
Yep.
all right, it was literally everybody and their mother was screaming up and down, "This is bad music. You can't understand it. You can't do that." But hold on, Mom, Pop, you were listening to Elvis freaking Presley.
Yeah.
That was rock back in your day.
Yeah.
This is our
Waste
rock
up
now.
Williams.
Well, yeah. I mean, every but here's the cool thing, I think, especially with the hard rock stuff, is that was true up until about maybe 15 years ago. And then people stopped making that music. So you don't really, there's always an underground, faction of bands, and metal's always been like real country. There's always been, and hard rock, there's always been an audience for it. It's just, for a while, the audience was very underground and it was very fractured. I think now what we're seeing is a kind of resurgence of people, wanting to hear that kind of music again. And that's good for everybody, man, because as far as I'm concerned, between 65 and 85, there was some brilliant albums being made. And I mean albums, not just singles, but like bands were really focused on creating an entire piece of music you could sit down with and make it your own and make it part of the tapestry of your life, part of the, your identity, with the young guys and girls wearing the battle vests with all the bands on it, stuff like that. Like,
oh god,
that's that, man. Like there's a
bring out the jean jackets. Anyway,
well, Roxy, back in the day, people would get these jean vests.
Yeah.
And basically it's like a jean jacket without the sleeves on it. And they would get patches from every one of the bands that they went and watched.
Yeah. I've seen those on TV.
Yeah.
Go to any local punk show.
Yeah, like in the punk scene, it's still like that. And the metal scene too.
I'm so dumb. When he said 64 to 85 earlier, I thought he was talking about age, and then it took me a minute to realize he was talking about years.
Years, yeah. Yeah, because that's like between about like the Beatles were like the first band to kind of really making, like they were less interested in making singles than they were in making like albums. And so they kind of started it. And it went all the way up through to about 85, I think. And by the time we got to the 90s, bands were still, but by then the industry itself had become so bloated and so corrupt that, it was doomed, it had to implode on itself. There was no other way. And out of the ashes, we're starting to see it start to regain its cultural importance as far as just how good that music was.
And I've noticed that the younger generation is now going back to the older music.
Yep.
And you're talking about it's not necessarily the 70s and 80s, but the 90s and the 2000s, the early 2000s, and they're going back to that music, and they're fans of that, which you figured they'd be fans of the current whatever crap they're putting.
But there is no current to be fans. Like that's the problem. There's this huge glut, right? Because number one, when the industry went away, because that's what happened, the music industry collapsed. It's like all of a sudden there's no crumbs on the table. There's no incentive for people to get involved with it. And it becomes a lesser than product than it was when there was big bucks involved. But because people are now discovering though, like, man, but that was the best stuff, like Judas Priest screaming for vengeance. Come on.
Chef, I believe that to be true. It's where you would listen to something like Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd.
Yes.
And then you hop into the 2000s and you're listening to what they call is rock.
Yeah.
back then
Sure.
in the 2000s. Rock in the 2000s was corporate rock. Okay,
Sure.
it
Yep.
wasn't real rock. Rock was
Yep.
based off of guys in a band just wailing it out somewhere, trying to make the sound good, and then going out there and do it instead of bands that are handpicked.
Yeah.
You know, they're rubbed on the back of the head. Oh, good boys, you're doing great. Let's keep this stuff going. That's corporate rock. All right. We
Yeah.
want the stuff that's grunge. We want the stuff that's dirty, that's down in the depths of rock and roll itself. And when that's how it should be.
Yeah.
I listen to a
Well,
lot
I mean,
of
the thing of it
European
is
bands.
too, right? Is it's like if you're playing rock music, and especially hard rock music in this day and age, you're definitely doing it because you love it, right?
Yep.
You know, you're not like I remember years ago in the early '90s. We got a band I was in. We got we signed to a major label, and the night that we signed the deal, the bass player and the guitar player went to Seattle to party with some friends of ours, because at the time that the Seattle scene was happening and everything was happening, and he OD'd and died. Just stupidest thing. Not even on real drugs. He had sprained his sciatic nerve. So before he went to Seattle, a friend of his gave him some back pain pills that he had, and he just didn't know, and he was popping them like candy. Went to sleep, didn't wake up. But the record label then got a hold of us and said, we can't sign you guys now because we can't get tour insurance for you because one of your guys OD'd on drugs. Because everyone's dying on drugs, a lot of these bands couldn't, if you can't tour, you can't make money, right? So now we come full circle to nowadays. If you're doing it, there's no promise of a record deal. You're just doing it because you love it.
Which is the best type.
Which is the best. Now the people that like that kind of music are getting the best product, because nobody's doing it because they're trying to curry favor with a particular audience or a label or anything like that. They're doing it because they really love what they're. And I know in our space, anyways, that's what it is. Like, we're making music. I said to Lou, let's make the album that we want to listen to, right?
That's it.
There you go.
I mean, that's the whole thing about it to me is nowadays going with a label is not as always. It's not the thing to do anymore. Nowadays, it's just to put out your own music and deal with it yourself. Deal with your own tours. Deal with your own albums. Deal with everything. And the fact that the one thing about labels back in the day was the fact that they had to put out the albums for you. They had to get all the discs burnt or the tapes done. And it was all about money, and then the shipping out to the stores and all that jazz. You guys can do that now.
Yep.
Either A, on your own, B, online. I mean, Amazon's a thing, or just everything's digital now. So just go to Spotify and just download it from Spotify and get paid from Spotify.
Oh, no, and here's the other thing too, right? Like, what people don't realize, and especially a lot of bands didn't realize this at the time, is all a record label is a secondary lender of cash. They want all that money back plus interest. Like, there's so many bands, especially in the late 80s, early 90s. And at that time, the industry was so bloated, they would sign a band to use it as a tax write-off. Then they would release the album, they would let the band record a video, and then they would say, well, you didn't sell 250,000 copies. We're going to have to, write this off as a bad investment. Sorry, boys, you can't record under that name for 5 years. You can't make any money off any of this music that we have because we own it. So many guys would leave the industry completely burnt from being taken advantage of by these labels. And there's still a lot of that going on to this day, by the way. Even though you're right, if you're a motivated artist, you can do all that stuff yourself.
And there's one guy, I can say this all the time, and he's not a rock guy, but he's in the music industry in his own right. His name's Tom McDonald. Now, Tom McDonald, he was in the music industry at one point, burnt him out. He was on drugs. He was having issues and problems. He got out of it. He started his own thing, and the man blew up, and he's a millionaire. It's absolutely fabulous.
Remember that guy, Ren?
Yeah.
Had that song out a couple years ago about being in the mental institution, And remember that, I mean, that dude, you know, like he did that on his own. You know, he didn't have anybody, but in here, and he's one of the most insanely talented human beings you'll ever meet or hear. But, you know, he just laid it out, man. He came up with something so unique that he, you know, it's like that young dude, Jesse Wells. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but he's a young acoustic guitar player, singer, and he just constantly puts songs out about current events, and he's created a little niche career for himself doing it.
Right. And here's the thing. Most now, the thing is, most people can do this at home.
Yeah.
And this is what the music industry didn't plan on. They did not plan people to be able to turn a room into a studio. They didn't plan on them being able to turn their garage into a studio and actually be able to pump out good music or good products for people to listen to. They didn't.
Can you play it live? It's all fine and dandy. We can put out, 20 songs off of the computer, and they all sound really good. But can you show up live and do anything? Can you put more than three people in the room and go? Because all that's, again, none of that is real. If you can't do it live and you can't make somebody go, hey, man, I seen these three cats play. I want to go home and do exactly what they did, except better. Then you've done it. Because, the rest of it is content creating.
Right. No, what I'm talking about is the same thing. Is they're in a studio with their friends. They're writing. They're creating. And before you had to have these giant soundboards and all this stuff. Now that can all be done right there on a computer. You don't need the giant soundboards and everything like that. You can still put out good music that is music played by people.
It really, like, and again, it comes down to like the technology. As it moves along, it takes a lot of the middlemen out of the conversation, right? Like when we record, like our engineer shows up. He's got his outboard effects rack, but it all goes through his laptop. Bing bong, and then he goes home and he also at his studio he does have the big board, but when he's recording us, he just needs the right mics, the right condensers, and the right playing, right? Like, because we play live in the room, right? So we don't we want like that what you're hearing. We want to make sure that you understand that's what we sound like when we play.
Right.
And so I'm a big, like I say, and I've said it all along, I've never allowed anybody to use auto-tune on my voice. I said, if I can't actually sing it, I have no business being in the recording studio.
And that's the thing. A lot of people are doing that now.
Sure, I know everybody does. But what it does is the minute that you affect the human voice in that way and you digitize it, you lose the humanity. You lose the warmth. You lose, because a human, like if you listen to my vocals, you can hear all kinds of vocal mistakes that I'm making.
Right.
But those are there to humanize it so that that's a human being, right? Like I'm not singing flat, I'm not singing sharp, but like, if something doesn't quite hit it, but
the best way to put it is you're singing you.
I still like your Cher impression.
And also, when I do my vocal, I don't control it. I leave it in the hands of the producer. He tells me when I'm done. Like I might sing something 10 times.
He's ruthless.
He'll go, can you do it again?
Oh, here we go.
I'm like, I just laid my fucking balls out on the line, man. Yeah, but can you do it again? And you just do it and do it and do it. And eventually you get the right take. And then that's the one that we put out, right? And like that's us. Like there's no augmentation to that at all. That is us playing every note that you hear there, in real time. And for us, that's the win, right? Like now we know. Well, you could put us anywhere, like, call us up tomorrow to go do a show and we'll show up and it'll sound like the record, right? Like it'll sound like the recording. Probably better. We actually, when we get moving, we improvise and we go into like, we let go, man. We go for a walk. If I notice Louis tapped into something and he wants to keep going, me and the drummer just locking behind him and let him go. And he looks at us and goes, You know, and that's the beauty
beautiful.
of it live. That's when you see a band live. That's what you're going to see. That's what you're paying your money to see.
Right, and that's the
Nice.
that's the beauty of it is that you can sit there and you and the band members can do something live that you wouldn't do in the studio normally, or
Yeah.
you would do in the studio normally, but you guys can do something that's completely organic and just fun. Just
Yeah.
fun for the audience.
It's called playing, not working. You know, like,
right.
Yeah, there you
Right. At
go.
that point, it's
like-
just playing around.
And as a musician, that's what we we strive to be able to play. Like, you get the three of us in a room together and it's like 3 8-year-olds, we're just like, we have so many ideas bouncing off the walls. We're like, so we usually take 3 or 4 days just to harness the ideas before we bring the engineer in to start recording these things. Right. And it keeps it very fresh and very exciting.
All the
Right.
influences are going to come out anyway.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
Sure.
There's no way to hide those. Like, there's no way to hide that. Once we start playing and whatever, all those influences are going to come out, and it's stupid to try to repress them or try to be, all you're going to do is you just need to be honest and be real to who you are and let it flow. Fuck, people love honesty. If they know you're not honest, they're clicking off you anyway.
That's
Yeah,
right.
authenticity is the ticket. Like, if you can be authentic in your delivery of what you do, not just the music, but the way you are as a human being, people like that because it's refreshing in a world full of things that might not be so authentic. To occasionally come across something that's real, it's almost like a novelty. Like, wait, what?
Well, and
Yeah.
that's the authenticity is kind of what we feel is better than anything else.
Totally, it is. Yeah. In any genre too, by the way, not just like I can listen to any genre of music, and as long as I know that what I'm hearing is real, right? That I know that person took the 10,000 hours it took to learn to play that instrument and did that work. Man, I am a fan. Like I say this to any young musician I'm ever dealing with, or any young. If you want to know how much I rehearse 3 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, without a day off, every single day.
Good Lord.
Whether it's
impressive.
That's a lot.
yeah,
Wow.
whether
Um,
That's
So, I mean,
there's so many questions to be asking here. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of people asking questions like crazy, guys. So I don't
Thank
know.
you
I
guys
got
for asking.
I got a list going on right now. Ro, do you got anything on yours?
Actually, I do. So I was wondering if you could jam with anybody, dead or alive, who would it be?
Louis.
Dead or alive? Well, look, for me, Eric, probably alive. I know it'd be dullest. Probably wouldn't be that exciting, but Eric Clapton, obviously, just to be in that kind of aura. Jimmy Page, just to be in the aura. Probably just wouldn't even pick up the guitar, just kind of just chill there. And
I would love to be in the same room as Clapton picking up a guitar. Are you shitting me?
well, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, hey, what am I going to do? I'm going to do some cheddary or cheesy blues lick, and I'm looking over. It's like, oh, fuck. This is,
Eric.
and then
You put him and the King in a room together. You tell me you wouldn't walk in there and sit down and play with him?
it'd be very minimal, I'll be honest. Like, more, I'd probably just ask him questions and try to absorb some of that greatness off, and maybe some of that pixie dust could fly over my way a little.
Oh, man, I'm telling you.
But if I got a chance, obviously, to jam some cheddar 12 bar or something, for sure. Dead, probably.
Mr. Slow Hands.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh man.
probably Ozzy. Get to jam, maybe throw some ideas at him, see,
Oh, yeah.
just to hear that gospel tone of his again, and just,
Oh yeah.
just to listen to him tell stories and the stuff that I never had a chance to do, or even sit and listen to Ace Frehley's laugh. Fuck, just something like that. That guy ruined my life, so fuck, I want to sit there and enjoy some time with him, right?
I mean, Ozzy. I mean, I would love to bring Ozzy back just to do a podcast with him and have him just pop up, have him pop up and scream out, "Sharon, where's my
anything,
burrito?"
anything. I mean, it's
You know?
it's just an icon, right? It's just one of those
Yeah.
people that God, you wish you could at least got another 10, 15 years out of him, you know, but we're blessed to have what we have.
That's
Right.
true. Roxy, you got anything for you?
For my chat or me?
Either or.
Either or.
All right. I do have like a random question.
Are you
I
sinking
know-
again?
I was leaning back. Sorry. You said you were Norse, right?
Who?
Norse, you.
Oh yeah, Norwegian.
Dude that looks Norse.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. My family's from Trondheim, Norwegian.
Okay, this is just like a random question that I was thinking about. Do you have like a favorite Norse god?
Well, you know, I mean, I think if you're getting into the mythology of it, is Tyr's pretty cool. You know, he stuck his hand in Fenrir's mouth to,
Mhm.
which is Loki's son. But I mean, Odin's a good one. They wrote the Havamal around Odin, which is basically common sense. Very similar into the Judeo-Christian religion, some of the Old Norse stuff. But Odin gave up his eye for knowledge, so that he, I'd go Odin. You know, he's the dad, right? He's the father, all father.
All father. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Rock on. So my thing is, if you guys, no money at all is on the table. If you guys had a chance to buy anything, any memorabilia at all from the rock world, and money is not an option, what would it be?
For me, it would probably be. Damn, that's a pretty good question.
I told you guys when we
I would
started
buy,
this.
I would
we
buy
have
the Tittenhurst estate that Ringo Starr bought off John Lennon,
no shit.
Nice.
because Judas Priest recorded 2 albums there, and Rob Halford said that place was just the most amazing piece of property that he'd ever seen. So there you go.
Hell yeah.
And he said he would go into like he would snoop around, he would go into closets and he'd find like gold records and master reels from the Beatles recordings, like that Ringo just kind of left there.
Holy jeez.
Yeah.
So the rock guitarist god himself, Mr. I'm going to pull you over with glasses from an officer and a mustache to go along with it. Bow chicka wow wow. What would you buy?
You mean Lou?
Yeah, King
What
Louie.
would I buy? Oh, I don't know. I'd probably buy that castle where When the Levee Breaks was recorded. Do some recording there. I like that.
These are
I like that.
Playing with that big bass drum.
Yeah, just because it's all gravy.
So
but
you
if I
mean we're
can't
both
record-
moving to
Yeah,
England? We're both moving to England.
yeah, because I want my buddy to play on that and say, and either that or somewhere like that, probably something in England there than some stone building that's been there a lot longer than I have, and that has history like that, where one of the best drum tracks ever was recorded. So
I mean,
other than guitars, obviously.
that is these are probably the 2 most unique answers we've gotten so far. Because that question's always asked. That's one of those questions. I told you guys we have a certain questions that we always ask, and that has to be the most unique, because everybody else is like, oh,D buy this guy's guitar, I'd buy this guy's drum set, I'd
That's
buy
easy.
this, I'd buy that. But to
Yeah,
sit
no.
there and actually a whole
Because you own those
estate
guitars,
castle,
just don't want to play
that's
with people.
amazing.
I mean, the history of the music that we all love, those are the things, like there was a studio in Montreal called, what was that studio where Rush recorded? Le Studio. And it was just this amazing studio out in the middle of nowhere in Quebec somewhere. And now it's it's empty and it's been gutted and it's all dilapidated and falling apart. But I mean, I just think those types of spaces are almost, for a musician, are holy places, right? Almost a spiritual connection, because the creative energy that went on in there. There has to be some mojo that would rub off on you,
Oh,
Well,
even if it's just psychologically.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I can say this. We've interviewed a lot of people. We have. Not as many as I'd love to, but we're working on that and we're doing more. But you guys are probably the ones that I can feel the true, genuine, like old rock from.
Yep. We are.
Say that.
Basically,
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah. We well, the thing of it is it's just like it's the music I grew up on. Nothing's come along to kind of, I still listen to the first 8 Black Sabbath albums, one a day.
It's
like I'll start with the first album, and then I get to Never Say Die, and then I roll over and start the first album again when I'm out and about, or Priest, or anything where because I've been a studio musician probably most of my life, and so like when I listen to a record, like I'm actually listening to how brilliant these players were, because there was no cut and paste. You had to play those parts because it was too expensive to go back and cut the tape and splice it together. So you had to be a brilliant, like go listen to the first Black Sabbath album and realize that they did that album in under a week. It was them in the room playing. And when you now listen to it with that kind of appreciation, it takes it to a whole different level of how good they were. Right?
And playing
There you go.
14-minute cuts.
I'm doing 14-minute songs.
Like
Before there was prog rock.
Well,
I mean,
that's what I'm saying here is it reminds me of sitting on the porch or hanging out with my buddies and just sitting, and we were just talking rock history.
Yeah.
I had so many friends, they could name every singer in every band.
Yeah.
They could name all the songs. They knew exactly. It was just that it brings me back to that time of music when music was prominent and we didn't have the social media and we didn't have all that kind of stuff.
And you waited for a record.
Right. Whenever you
waited for an album
single.
Right.
The one single that's going to come out, or
I camped on the corner of the street to get tickets for Power Slave.
Or you listen to a band's first, the next song that they have, and it just plays the first 4 notes, and you already know who the band is. You already know the song is. You know everything about it in the first 4 notes it plays. Great question, Chef. Here we go. What historic event do you wish to be at or wish to have been at?
That last Black Sabbath concert, I would have liked to have been there. I think
I would agree with that.
I would agree.
You said the last Black Sabbath concert?
Yeah, that big festival concert they did when Ozzy just did his last show.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, Back to the Beginning, it was called, I think. That would have been fun to go to. The US Festival would have been cool back in the 80s. Because then you had like just an all-star lineup. You had I think Ozzy, Priest, Motley Crue, Black Oak, Arkansas.
Midnight Oil.
Come on.
Just sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Not a cell phone in sight. Just 200,000 people partying.
Right.
True that.
That was
the moment. This is what we need, live music, because that's where people are able to commune, and we gather, and the tribe gets together, and we all know we're all here for the same reason. We all want the same thing. We've lost that. We lost it along the way, but I feel we're coming back to it, especially with the younger generation.
We lost it because everybody they want to put it on their phone, and it's like they've got to have every little single part of their life remembered. And I'm not a very sentimental person. I love my children. I keep pictures of them. Yeah. But for the most part, I'm really not a sentimental person. The only reason that these recordings of this stuff is kept is so people can go back and watch it, not for anything on my purposes.
Yeah.
Is so people can actually go back and say, "Oh shit, Meatwagon got interviewed and I missed it." Oh well, fucking here you go. Not a big deal.
Totally.
But
Well, you know,
when I go to a concert to watch the show, listen to the music, and enjoy myself. I'm not over there going, "I'm gonna watch it." Yeah, I'm watching it through my fucking phone screen because that's the fact. Then why the hell am I there? I need to watch it through my phone screen.
well, I just Megadeth just came through our area about a month ago. Victoria, and people said it was like old school. Like the concert was fantastic, the bands of it, and the audience was attentive and paying attention, right?
Because
they weren't going like, you know, phone up, looking at the phone. Nope. Make a selfie. Look, you know, like we get it. You went to the concert, but did you participate? Were you actually there, or were you just there looking through your 2-inch screen when you got the real thing? You know,
have you seen one of Megadeth's setups on their stage?
Dude.
What's that?
Have you seen one of Megadeth's setups on their stage?
Yeah, it's incredible.
Very minimalistic.
Yeah,
and at the same time, wonderfully done. I've watched them several times live, and they've had the same setup every time. They've had that fence with the speakers, a little bit of pyro, but not much. Yeah. Dave Mustaine will come up. He'll go, "I'm Dave Mustaine. This so-and-so, this so-and-so, this so-and-so. Okay, that's enough talking. Let's get back to the fucking music."
Exactly.
Like, holy shit, dude. They play. When they play, they get out there to fucking play, man.
Yeah.
And I don't ever skip miss a
Plus,
beat.
they have a catalog that they can. I mean, they have catalog.
And it's a high wire technical dance that these guys are doing, because the music that they're playing, you know, it's not 3-chord BS. Like these guys are the best of the best, you know, and you know, and when you go and you see that, you realize that you're kind of, you know, you're witnessing dudes that have spent their entire lives dedicated to the craft. And it shows on stage, and it shows in the playing, and it shows in the recordings, right? Like, and I think that that's something that we've been starved of, as both musicians and music fans, right? Like, we want that connection, and we want that experience of going to see people playing their hearts out, and knowing that I know that song, I can sing along with it. That guy, you know, like Louis says, he goes, like with my vocals, he goes, you sing like the way that anybody could sing along with, you know, you're not losing anybody there. Right. And that's what we're, you know, that's the whole job, right? Like we want to bring people in, you know, we're not trying to push people away. We want to bring them in.
Like I say, so maybe one of these people who come see us want to start a band.
Yeah.
They'll fucking pull the guitar from underneath the bed and go, you know what? They made it look pretty easy. Let's fucking do it. Let's get the band back together. And then there you go. Next thing you know, they're doing their own thing. And that's what it is. Because at the end of the day, you're nothing but a messenger anyway.
Yeah.
No, you're trying to inspire the next
a younger band that comes up and looks at you. You know, a younger band that's out there watching your guys' concert. They're actually in the middle of thick of it. The singer is losing his voice, screaming out loud because he's loving the tunes. Yeah. You know, what would you tell them? What would you guys tell them? Because you guys have been through a lot of the ups and downs of rock. And, you know, you guys been in the gutter. You've been up top.
Yeah,
it's
easy.
In multiple different places.
That's the easiest question you can ask, because the answer to that is do it because you love it. Don't care. Don't think about what anybody else is going to think about you, but do it because you love it. The minute that you don't love it, you shouldn't do it. And because, you know, I see so many people in this business that are so jaded by it, right? Because they've been striving to try and make it. Who even knows what that means anymore? And who, you know, when Bon Scott died, he had $300 in his bank account. You know, like, so if you're doing it for that reason, you're in the wrong industry, man. We're artists. You should be doing it to make art, and then sharing that art with other people, and to find kindred spirits that go, hey, I recognize your art inside of me. We have something to say. You know, you've said something to me that connects to me, and that makes me know that I'm not going through this alone, this ride, because, you know, you come in alone, you leave alone. But while you're here, you want a tribe, right? So do it because you love it, and you will find your people every single time. It's the easiest way.
So we got a lot of bands that are Go for it.
It's not a question, but just having you guys here with us, you can feel the absolute raw passion that you guys possess, and it's absolutely amazing.
Raw.
Thank you. Yeah, no, we are. Yeah. No,
I
I
can
mean,
attest to that because I'm usually like cracking jokes and stuff like that, but I'm like just listening intently right now.
So my thing is that with a
We
lot
can't
of rock
thank you guys
bands,
enough. Like I said, this is, you know, well, like I said, when we were in the Gladiator pit with that song and 80,000 people showed up, and holy fuck, I mean, you guys, because you do feel like a lot of times in this, you're screaming into the abyss, whether you're good or not. It's a tough road to hoe, right?
yeah, most of the work that we do is completely unseen, right? Like, like there's hours and hours. Like me and Lou, when we're working on a tune, we're spending countless hours working our parts out, playing off each other before we even bring the drummer into the room, just to make sure that we've got something cohesive. So when he comes in, we're not wasting his time. Then the three of us, we sit down, we knuckle down, we get to work so that when we bring the engineer producer in, we're not wasting his time, and at the end of the day, if you're doing this with the right intentions, if nothing else, you've made something you can be proud of, something you can go, whether it sells one copy or sells 1,000 copies or 10,000 or 100,000, the honesty was there with the work. It's like an artisan, you're not making, I'm not a suitcase songwriter, right? Like lots of times I have people going, hey man, you want to do a co-write? I'm like, co-write? I've got 1,500 songs, man. I don't need a co-write. I need to close the tap down because it never stops flowing, right?
That is
so the reason that we do this is because we have to. We don't have a choice. It's this or nothing.
So there's a lot of bands that are out there right now in the rock industry, especially on the heavy metal side of things, that a lot of us radio personalities are saying they're gatekeeping.
Sure. Well, we just saw that with the guy from the Darkness and that young dude, Youngblood.
Yeah,
where he was kind of gatekeeping on him. But I'm going to tell you, that kid came out and saying changes, and it blew my mind. Because as a vocalist, I know how hard that song is to sing. And that kid oversang it. So and if it's good enough for Ozzy and Sharon, good enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there's a lot of bands right now out of different countries that I've been thrown at, and stuff from like countries that are like, what? They have a heavy metal band? What the hell?
Iran. There's heavy metal bands in Iran.
Yep, there's heavy metal bands in Korea also. They're all over the place.
Like in Norway, every year they have a festival. It's called the Midblartsfest Festival.
Yep.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of European bands, so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and Ward Druna plays there, and Heilong, and all these great bands. Like Europe is still a major market for metal. They never got the memo that they weren't supposed to keep loving it, and they love it.
Metal community is self-governed. It always has been, and it always will be, and it's very resilient to trends. It doesn't really care what's popular right now, be it whatever. Metal is metal, and metal people support metal crowd, and it's not an easy place to be, because they call you out on it. If they think you're fucking horseshit or you're bullshit, or you're just going through it over to say, look at my leather pants, they'll fucking call you out on that, and they will ostracize you.
Wait, what? I can't.
That ain't leather. That's pleather. Anyway,
it's a lot of hard work. So I'm curious, what do you guys use as snacks and stuff to sustain yourself while you're doing all this hard work?
Snacks.
He's holding his snacks.
Yeah, I'm
12 of them.
Yeah.
He likes his liquid bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny because I drink Bud Light, and there was a couple of years ago where it was kind of a sin to drink Bud Light, and I was taking some martial arts classes, and my instructor was going, "Hey man, you can't drink Bud Light. You can't drink it." I'm going, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Well, people who drink it, they." I'm going, "Dude, how stupid are you? Like it's Bud Light, man. You know, it's good.
As long as it doesn't interfere with what you're doing, right? We don't let it interfere with. Like we don't go on there drunk because we're so happy that people are willing to come out and spend some time with us and some money. Like that's unprofessional. It's totally, if you go up there hammered, I mean, fine. If you're that big and you can get away with it, like
nobody, you don't get away with it. Nobody gets away with it.
No. You'll actually hear it in the concert when when you're sitting there listening to the song, and you've listened to the song over and over and over again. People are so educated ear sound.
Yeah,
they know when somebody's off. Even the
but
audience
honest
will
mistakes
go,
are one
"You're
thing.
off,
When you're fucking hammered and you go up there and just, turn it into a gong show, then it's.
Well, it's like, remember back in the day when Fast Eddie Clark left Motorhead and he put together that band Fastway. Well, we went to see it. I can't remember who they were opening with. It might have been Whitesnake, but he came staggering out on stage. He was so fucking hammered. He falls into his speaker cabinets, knocks everything over, stumbles off. One song in, 2 songs in, end of concert. Nobody's gonna remember how great that album was. They're gonna remember, hey, I paid whatever $40 for a ticket to see some asshole come out so hammered he can't play, falls into his gear and staggers. So you owe it to the audience to make sure that you're there's nothing wrong with a little tunage up before you go hit the stage. You want to make sure you're relaxed, but you got to know what your limit is to that, right? And
is that what
you're not the door.
Courage?
So for me, it's 12 beer and 5 joints. I'm good.
I can't even just sip without.
You would firewater Roxy is a bad idea.
She can't even have NyQuil.
I got super wasted on NyQuil.
What are we mixing NyQuil with? Wait a minute. What are we mixing NyQuil with?
Anything. She got really sick and
okay. She got sick and just had a little NyQuil and she was gone.
Spin the cat
I
leave for 2 minutes and you guys are talking about a $7 babysitter. What the fuck is wrong with you?
$7 babysitter?
NyQuil, baby.
NyQuil.
Yeah, you're babysitting you're babysitting your sister's kids and they're getting annoying. Just give them NyQuil. It's a $7 babysitter.
Yeah.
There you go.
I've been babysitting all my life. How come I didn't know about this?
Oh yeah, no, that's the way to do it.
Well, you probably did. You just didn't want to give it to the kids.
Now it's just melatonin gummies. You just tell them, "Hey guys, here's a handful of gummies."
Yeah.
It tastes funny.
Hey, here's your Fred Flintstone chewables. Anyway, so we got an email and we listened to this awesome song, and this song was literally. We all shut off our mics and had Bones just crank it out. And damn, I can only say damn.
Oh yeah, was that Sea of Madness? Yeah. So that's where. So you'll notice like the difference between Oblivion and Sea of Madness is that's more. Like Oblivion really was a love letter. We really wanted to make sure that people heard it and felt that feeling that we felt when you first heard Black Sabbath. That just to remind you of that band. So not that we're trying to latch onto them, but maybe you go back and you go, I'm going to go listen to them again because God damn it, that was good. But C is that's Meatwagon. That's 100% us. That's exactly what we do right there. That song. So we wanted to give you guys. Make sure that you kind of had a taste of both things there.
Plus, it brings listeners in. It's not just, like you said, a 4-note slap in the face. Oh, you have to sit through a little bit of it, right? It's a little fragile in the beginning. It's not just, a fucking shovel upside the cranium, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'd rather have, 9-pound hammer, but that's a different story.
We get there. We get there in that song. That song eventually, but it's like, I don't want to make any crude references, but it's like, you don't want to come too fast, right? You want to kind of make love.
Yeah, I
take your time. And then by the time you get to
you.
the end of it, we're completely unhinged in that.
Listen, at my age, it ain't too fast anymore
No.
at all.
You get in the garage, get done, get out.
No. Get in the garage, get done, get out. Good God.
Just an oil change, and I'm out.
5 minutes, people.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. What kind of a rock star are you? 5 minutes.
Yeah, you can
I
we
actually-
could interview you after that.
I
5
actually
minutes.
do have the song. If you guys would you guys mind if we played it?
Don't play it. Yeah, that's why we sent it to you.
Okay. Well, I can crank it up here and
Sure.
hit it here.
We cast out on the most glorious of days, an open skyline before us. But soon things turn from gray to black. The sea of madness was upon us. And every day we try to find our way home, but the sea contains us. And every night we sing the same sad song. See a madness takes us on. She takes us on. Better men have sailed along these seas. They are tainted by temptation. But glory to the family name is what I seek. Let me see your man.
first time I heard the song.
I see your madness.
God damn.
Wow. Holy cow. All right. I gotta say this right now. Why do I feel like you grabbed a hold of Jim Morris's soul
Yeah.
in those riffs of your voice, and Jim Morrison came through, reached out
God
through
damn.
your vocals and going, here, let me touch everybody. Holy
Yeah,
cow.
yeah. Well, you know, by the way, you guys,
That's the first time. By the way, you guys, thank you very much. That's the first time that's been played live.
Huh.
I love
That
That is
was
the very first-
yeah. That's a pre-release. We haven't put that.
Yeah, that was
That-
the same session we had Oblivion in. We ran out of fucking, that's where it was. We got 2 in one day we did on that one, and
Let me put it to you this way. It's hard to explain.
Did you feel something?
It's one of those songs. It is one of those songs, brother, that I can sit back and relax to. And it's one of those songs that I feel like it's like whenever you're at one of those outdoor festivals and you're just laid back on that blanket and you're just relaxed and you're just absolutely enjoying and soaking in the music. That's what it is.
well, then you know what, we that's a home run for us. That's really all you can ask for. The rest is all beautiful. The reach around here. I mean, I get it, but that's what you're really looking for, right?
And I told you when this started, we do nothing but authentic and we do straight from the hip, bro. If that song was trash, I would tell you straight to your face.
Oh no, honestly,
I would have sat there and said,
you
delete
guys got
that
good
quick.
filter. It wouldn't
And
make it that fucking far.
no. I mean,
can't-
that's the thing. Like for us, if it didn't get past us, it would never get to you. Like
That's the thing.
like for us, it's got to be like we like when like I said earlier, like when we sat down, the conversations that we had about what we wanted to do was we wanted to make a record that we would like to listen to. Irregardless of anybody else. If it could get past us, we knew that because we're our own worst critics, like
Right.
me and Lou, when we're working on a song, from the time that we started to the time that we're done, it's completely something new, because we constantly are trying to trim the fat, get rid of the stuff that doesn't work, but we don't put a time limit on it. We don't go, well, we need to make a three-minute song to fit into this or that. We want it to be something where somebody can lose themselves in, right? Like for that time, you want to be lost in the music. You don't want to be worrying about your job. You don't want to be worrying about your bills. You don't want to be worrying about fucking you want to be lost in the music. That's what it's supposed to do. It's and really all we are is we're just channeling the universe. We didn't write it. The universe wrote it. We're just channeling it. And if you do it that way, you know it's going to be authentic and other people are going to feel that. We're not trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes, man. We're not trying to be something.
We love Sabbath. I love Mason. I'm not hiding from that shit. Fuck that, man.
I mean, I'm gonna read some of the comments that we have here right now, and I'm gonna turn off my filter for this. Fucking floored. This song, pardon my language. Jesus Christ, it was a 20 out of 10. I felt like I was at a real concert.
Thank you guys. To anybody who's commenting, thank you. Like that was the thing we said to our engineer when we first started. We said we want it to sound like it's live. We don't want it to sound processed. We want people to go, when they hear it, to go, that's goddamn real people doing that. That's not shit that's cut and pasted or slapped together. Like that's what you're hearing is what we played on the floor in that performance. That's what you're listening to.
And kudos to the guitarist that made, I don't know what kind of guitar that was, but
I'll tell you exactly what it was. It's a Lucas Nelson signature series Les Paul Jr.
Oh,
They don't make them anymore because nobody knew who the fuck Lucas Nelson was, but that's what that is. That's for that solo, and the rest of it, I'm very blessed. I have a bunch of Les Pauls, and just all the gospel, right? All the greatness that most people have. Most people have this stuff. Just use it. You're not guaranteed tomorrow. Pull that shit out, plug in, and fucking empty the chambers.
Let me tell you guys something. Before this whole thing started, before you even came in here, I had I downloaded the song from my email. I put it on here, and what we listened to about maybe 20 seconds of it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And it was, I'm gonna be honest, it was an unappreciative 20 seconds. I was like, oh yeah, man, sounds like
Dude, I feel the same.
Sounds like Sabbath. It sounds like Dio, whatever. And then we sat back and we listened to the whole goddamn thing, and holy shit.
Yeah, when that chorus kicks in, it's like, it's all of a sudden like you're in a totally different place,
Oh,
I felt like
the beginning. Yeah, so the beginning is the setup, right? Like lulling you in. Oh yeah. Then you get to that chorus, and it's like that's just pure desperation. What you're listening to there, that's just pure 100% desperation.
It is a visual looking down on a Viking ship that is not going to go back home.
Right. It brought me back to
hey Arliss.
And I can actually say this with all honesty. Arliss is in here now?
Arliss is in here right now.
Damn it, did he miss that?
I think he missed it.
Arliss, I might have to play this again for you, brother.
Arliss,
do you guys know who Arliss Walker is?
No.
Oh man, you guys got to get to know Arliss Walker. He's an absolutely amazing individual. Two-time Grammy-nominated artist. Their band, Southern Outlaws, absolutely fabulous band.
Southern. Why does that? I think I've heard of those. I think that's familiar to me.
Yeah, and we interviewed Arliss and Dave at one point, and I'm actually going to go see them in April and in Tennessee.
Right.
But yeah, Arliss, you missed a hell of a song, brother.
I don't know. Arliss, do you want us to play it again?
Oh, I'll play it 100%. I'll play it again for Arliss. But I wanted to tell you guys, in all genuine fashion, remember when I told you guys about my buddy's granddad and the song "Man of 100 Hammers," right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny part is, "Man of 100 Hammers" was pretty much the same way.
Wow.
It was not the same style, not by any means, but the same catch to it.
Yeah.
It had that very first part where you're just like, yeah, not a bad song. And then it had that second part that just grabbed you and held on to you.
Yep.
It brought me back to sitting in that garage just talking to those boys.
Wow.
Quote unquote from our list. Definitely.
Well, some people listen to, like you guys say, like some people listen to songs a little longer than 10 seconds. And in this case, they're rewarded because, hey, it's fragile in the first little bit. It's not that giant riff that these guys did on the first one. I need that again. It's like, I need to be fisted. Like, fuck it, everybody just chill out. Let's just play some chill.
Well, Arliss wants to hear this, so we're going to play it one more time, if that's okay with you guys.
This is the second time it's ever been played live.
Wow.
Thank you, guys.
It is absolutely worth the listen, Arliss. Please sit back and listen, brother.
Good to meet you, Arliss.
We cast out on the most glorious of days, an open skyline before us. But soon things turn from gray to black.
Damn. Even a second time, I feel like I'm floating.
It
feels
soul.
right. It feels like a
It's muted.
song that no matter. Oh shit! I muted them for a second because they were Oh, boop. There you go. Sorry. It feels like that song that every motherfucker out there, I don't care who you are, everybody can sit back and appreciate that fucking song.
Yeah. I kind of
every generation.
Dude,
I mean,
what fucking
commercial
parallel universe does a radio station play back-to-back 7-minute songs? That is
Dude,
amazing.
I don't
Love
know.
you guys. Thank you. Fucking that.
I mean, right
that
now
is just like, for me, like you guys not only the first, now you're the second.
well,
I didn't see that coming. Thank you.
Here's
Arliss.
here's a good one.
Go ahead.
Here's a good one, really quick for you guys. If heavy metal actually kept with Heavy Metal, the movie, the first one, and kept going with the second one like the first one instead of what the second one turned out to be, this one what popped up with is this song should have been in the original second version of Heavy Metal 2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. No. You know, it's weird. As soon as you were saying that, I'm going, my brain's going back to that first soundtrack with just Hagar on there and fucking Psychic Wars and Heavy Metal, you know, get your one-way ticket to midnight, call it. Yeah, I know, that would be awesome.
Let me tell you this. Arliss said it's a great vibe. He said great vibe, love it. Reminds me of early Blackfoot.
Wow, hey man. Well, listen.
Thank you.
Blackfoot's one of my favorite bands, man. Ricky Metlock is probably really the only original member of Leonard Skinner out there because he played drums with him in the beginning.
And he also said, "Great job, guys."
Thank you, Arliss. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated, man. Much appreciated.
That's some pretty high praise. That's pretty high praise coming from Arliss, man.
Yeah, no, hey,
dude.
believe me. And you know,
I mean, if he reaches out to you guys, I know there's going to be a venue that they're doing here in August. But if they're going to do it annually, I want to throw this out there, Arliss. I know I've already thrown one band at you, but come on, bro. Invite these guys in.
No shit. Well, I'm super interested in the rest of the album.
Yeah,
Just
so,
that right
so
there.
fucking,
I'm super interested.
I don't even know. Yeah, I have no idea what's going to happen. We're recording on Sunday. We're going to get together basically Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and write hopefully 2 more cuts or one giant because they seem to they creep in on second change.
You take whatever energy you're getting from this. I want you guys to take that energy. I want you guys to get in there with all the soul and all the heart and all the rock that you can.
Hey, brother, that's the only way we know how to do it, man.
Just off this, I'm interested in the whole album.
Oh, hey,
I'm ready to buy it. Let's go.
We kind of have an idea because we've got me and him have written the next 2 songs, so we know what's coming. And it seems as we move along, it just gets a little bit like we become a little bit more. We're starting to understand, just like with you guys, we're starting to learn what Meatwagon's supposed to sound like. So, we're just as excited as anybody else for what's coming because we're feeling like this stuff's writing itself. This has been the easiest, and I'm playing bass on this, and I haven't played bass in a long time. So, all of a sudden though, it's just things are coming fast and hard, man. And it's definitely not getting like the tone is getting increasingly heavier just because in my mind, I'm kind of already I'm writing, I've written the story. I kind of know
It's heavy time
thematically where it should go. And me and Lou are just, I think it's, the next 2 are going to be pretty cool.
I am waiting for the album. I already have money set aside.
Buy the album. Boss, we can brag about it. We can brag about it. Bobby's in your chat.
Bobby, hey Bobby, give a guess something really quickly. We just played a song that you haven't played yet at all, buddy. Twice. How come you haven't yet? Oh yeah, I forgot.
Oh, Bobby, you're gonna love this song. I'm not
You're gonna love
kidding.
this song,
And you
man.
probably heard it
You're gonna be
already, but absolutely fabulous. Arliss also said, I can definitely see us doing something for sure. It would be a great hit at a bike night.
Awesome, yeah, cool.
That would you know how biker concerts are. They're wild.
Oh
and
yeah,
crazy.
I've done lots.
That right there would shut them down for the whole time that's playing. It would bring them down to a point of just no matter how drunk they are on whatever they are on, doesn't matter. They would be at this level for that entire song until it was over, and then they would go nuts again.
Well, that's awesome. That's the best compliment you can ever have. Like I say, hopefully that song could be like a backtrack for when people want to play over it themselves.
Oh, here comes the fight, Bones. Here comes the fight right now. Hey, boys, we played the band first.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, that's cool. We
That's
played the
fine.
song first. I mean,
Yeah.
I love you.
and now I've got it. I've got it on the set. So you want to kiss the ass of this guy now? Yeah.
Yeah. No, just kidding.
Yeah. I mean, you may have the new one,
We
but I
love
broke
Bobby.
it for you. Hey, listen, I'll take your sloppy seconds, Bobby.
Yeah, we'll take it. And Douglas, yes, you did bring him over, buddy.
God damn.
I'll give you that power right now.
Let's just give props to everybody right here and right now. Rockstar Relations, Douglas. Congratulations on introducing them. Rockstar Relations, good job on handing them over to Bobby. Bobby, good job introducing them to the world. And we'll pat ourselves on the back for introducing the new song to the world. We're looking super forward to the rest of this fucking album because
Dude,
I
wait.
will say it 1,000 times. That brings me the fuck back to my. I mean, I don't even feel like I got to take ibuprofen tonight. I feel so young right now. Son of a bitch.
Hey, Burroughs, isn't there a picture of somebody that we all know and love that loves to hear rock and roll that probably would listen to this song twice? I think we have somebody. Guy with a beard.
Universe, man.
There's a picture I believe in the in our thing here that has a guy with a beard that would probably like to listen to the song twice. He's kind of looking like this.
Jesus Cristo.
You mean this guy?
That's right.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I mean, come on. He would probably be listening to it twice or three times.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know
I
what?
think
You can. It's. I like it because I can burn one down to it, and
There
Fox,
you
right?
go.
Yeah, there's a radio station in New Zealand that plays us, but they always play the longer songs so that they can step out and have a smoke. So they go, hey, send us your longest song. So we're like, here's something that's 7 minutes. Perfect. We can go out and have a quick smoke and be back in the studio.
Yeah.
What are we trying to break the world's record on longest song again? I don't think we can break that record.
So here's what I'm going to say,
just
guys.
say you go that way. Simple
Here's
as
what I'm
that.
going to say. This is what we do every time. I am going to make you an open invite. A year from now, I want you guys back because I want to see where you're at in a year.
Sweet. We're back. We're in.
If you guys,
Well, yeah.
you guys are still together rocking out, if the band is dissolved and gone their own way,
Yeah, no.
the big time, whatever it may be, I want you guys back in a year, and I'm sure as hell wanting to know when you guys drop that full album because that's going to be
Yep.
jamming in my car the entire fucking time.
Oh yeah, man. We promise this. We're good. We're
Thank
those
you.
2 tracks are just indicative of what the rest of it's going to be like. And then that's just the first album here. It's like, yeah, you know, once we get our bearings, once we get our bearings, and we know who we really are as a three, you know, because that's the thing about bands, right? Like, you know, you're hoping that for that chemistry. It doesn't always happen. But the minute that the 3 of us got in the room together, it just felt like we'd been playing together forever. And the writing has just been flowing out of us. I couldn't be happier with the direction of the project. Louis couldn't be happier, and we so appreciate you guys, man. You don't understand, like, I mean, we work in a vacuum, right? So it's sometimes hard for us to even know what, you know, if people are even going to respond to the work we're doing. So we put that song out just to see what it would be, and the response has been so overwhelmingly positive, and you guys have just been nothing but so kind to us that it would be an affront if we didn't continue to keep the nose to the grindstone.
I have to say this, and this is for disclaimer purposes for any of the streaming services that we're on. We did have consent from the band who is sitting right next to us to play said song. So if you guys are going to try to mute that part of it, fast forward a little bit to this part and understand that we do always have the consent of the band or whoever is singing the song to play said song. And if you mute that song, I swear to Google, I'm gonna be pissed. Do not do it.
You know what? Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Can I tell you something? I sent you guys the MP3. It's not streaming yet, so there should be no issue there.
100%, but
You're so ahead of it.
I was playing AI music. I was playing AI music, and they sat there and knocked me off alive because I was playing. Yeah, and I told them this is all AI music generated. There's no copyrights here, nothing. And they hit me with, you're playing copyrighted music. How about fuck you? No, I'm not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're so early into the kind of the books here as far as copyright law goes when it comes to this stuff. Like,
right.
We're still in the weeds. It's going to take decades to figure out,
Grabby.
I mean, but I mean, it'll sort itself out. Everything comes out in the wash.
Looks like Arliss said something here really quickly. You guys are talking about Galaxy 107 FM, DJ Grant and Barbara.
Yeah. Yep.
He knows his shit, man. He knows his shit. He's an old school rocker like you guys. Yeah. He knows his shit.
That's probably where I've heard. That's probably where I know. Arliss, right on. Yeah, Grant, Barbara, good people. Yeah, man. They the beautiful thing, especially you guys would know this more than anybody. Being in radio, but now this new way of having interactions with people is like. It's just so incredible the amount of ground you can cover as far as getting new music out, getting all kinds of stuff out that was just impossible 20 years ago.
Yeah. Especially the sound of music, because now this day and age, there's so many transistors and computer programs and stuff like that to make the studio sound from your garage, make that studio crispness in your basement. But then there's also the people like me that listen to these songs all the time, and I listen with my ears. I don't just listen with my ears and my soul. When I listen to both of those at the same time,
you listen with your butt too?
I know. Oh well, hey, if it rumbles the butt, it rumbles the butt. But I can tell you this much: when I go to that concert and I don't hear at least a little bit of what I just bought, then there's something wrong. And you guys sound like you guys are what you record is what you play live.
Yeah,
there's no change to it, and I love it.
No, better live because we can go on little walks here and there musically that we rein in to record. So really what you're hearing is the song at its embryonic stage. You give us 3 months on the road, this shit gets real, brother. We're talking 9 songs. It's going to take us 3 hours to get through.
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready.
Well, guys, this is about the time that we're going to call it. So, gentlemen, I would love to thank you both very much for coming on.
Thank you.
I look forward to doing it again and to hearing some new stuff.
1 year from now.
1 year from now. I tell everybody 1 year from now.
I'm super excited.
March 8th, 28, 27. We'll get back and we'll see where we're at.
There's a reason why. The reason why we always say 1 year is because of a few things I've already told you, but we also want to hear road stories. We also want to hear the things that have happened and the places you've been and the places you played, all the things. we want to hear them all. So that's
Sure.
the whole reason, and we want to see your progress from the time that you were here to then. And
Cool.
I want to know, and I've made that offer to every band. Every band is
You guys
accepted.
are in
that
it too now. I mean, you guys, the support we got.
we're
from
watching.
you guys.
And if you guys ever
You're
come through
Ronnie Bus.
Oklahoma, on a tour, I want to know.
Yeah.
Or
Sounds good, brother. That's
Hey,
what we
if
want to
you-
hear, man. Yes.
if you do come
Yes,
to
sir.
Washington and you do go through Seattle, hey, sorry about what happened over at Seattle, but come on
That
over.
was a long time ago.
I'll bring you coffee. There you go.
And we also have a North Carolinian, and we also have a Californian in here. These
Nice.
two lovely ladies down here, they would love to come to come see you too.
Oh, heck
So,
yeah.
state-
So
United
guys,
States, brother,
South.
make it happen.
South Carolina.
oh, South
The
Carolina.
David Stats tour.
She's in a Carolina, okay? Leave me alone.
Yeah. I don't like it. I just, that's the first time I've ever been called a Carolinian. I'm like, oh, it's weird.
She's a Texan.
Calm down, Carol.
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 Anyway, guys, I want you to stay right there because we do a little post-show stuff.
Sure.
We do it offline. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here at 4HP Studios and interviewing with Meatwagon. We hope you guys enjoyed it. We hope you guys enjoyed the music. You enjoyed the interview. You enjoyed everything. And as always, our resident wizard has something to say.
I'd love to stay and chat, but the prophecy foretold some absolute bullshit.
You know, the bullshit was we didn't play the song 3 times.